On this edition of the Home Tip Show, we'll be upgrading an outdoor wall sconce with a much nicer wall lantern from Enlight. So this is the back door that we had installed last year. I built out the frame and then custom ordered this door from Larson that has a built-in pet safe pet door in the bottom of it. The animals love it. They can kind of come and go as they please out into the fenced-in backyard. And then we also had this deck done last year. What are you rolling in? I probably don't want to know. But one of the things that I never really cared for in this house was these cheap little sconces. But there's also one on the side of the house, and they're not nearly as nice as the ones that are on the front of the garage. And so what I'm going to do today is we received new sconces in from our sponsor, who I would like to thank, Enlight. All their products are purchasable on Amazon.com, but we are going to do an unboxing here and then an installation. Hopefully the back of this light will mount right up to here, and I won't have to do I'm saying that the Walmart part of the new sconce will fit within this range, or I'll have to do a little bit of extra caulking in there. But I don't know, we're gonna see. It's gonna be close. But so here we go. Okay, let's get to the unboxing here. Make sure we got everything lined up. And my favorite, a box inside a box. So this looks like it's a 2-pack. It is the 2-pack of the Enlight outdoor wall lantern. So a little bit nicer looking than what's up there right now. Actually, a lot nicer looking. And so we'll go ahead and we'll finish getting these unboxed and go from there. So here's what it looks like. Has kind of a neat look to the glass. Looks like it's wet. And the base part, I'm just going to do a quick measurement to see if it'll fit in there without a problem. You can see what I'm talking about as far as the base, and then just how much nicer these new ones look. So we'll go ahead and we'll start now on taking the old one down, and then we should just be able to mount. Yeah, it's basically just a white, a black, and a ground wire. Usually you mount that ground wire first. That serves as your kind of how you hold, how this gets held up while you're mounting the other wires. And then you have 2 more screws that go right through here, which are in there already, and hopefully they're the right size, because we'll just use the mounting bracket over again. This is off. Yes. Make double sure this is off. It's off. That has a Phillips U-light in it. We're going to go back into it with a Phillips U-light, but a little bit a nicer design. You'll see here in a second. So first step is to loosen these up. There's just these 2 little, either they're nuts or screws, depends. Yeah. Here you go. You can see See what they are. Just two little nuts. Should be one on each side. And we'll find the other one. Kind of a tight squeeze in here. And we'll take that off with our hand. Now this whole thing will fall if I don't keep a hold of it, which if it falls, it falls. See right here how they use, let me zoom in here. Installing these, this is kind of important, but see how they use the ground wire right here? And they go into that green screw there, and they'll use that to hold all of the light up while they're attaching their black and their white wire. And so we'll just do the same thing in reverse. We will unhook our black and our white wire. We know there's no power here. The patented John Gibson safety technique of touching it with my finger, which I know every electrician in the world just, about crapped himself when he saw me do that. But because you can sometimes carry power on that neutral, so you have to be kind of careful about that. I don't recommend you follow my same technique. All right, so I think we're just gonna leave that the way it is and try to get out, make my big giant head out of the way. And there we are. It's off. I think I'm just gonna go right in reverse. Rather than screwing that in there like they had it, or like I normally do, all they had done was just wrapped it around that ground wire many times and then put a nut on it. And it's not going to support a lot of weight, but it should support the weight of this. Let's see. There we go. Now what we'll do is grab our wire strippers. And what I like to do is just kind of hold this, but I trim that end off at a little bit of an angle so that when I put my wire nut on, by the way, yeah, I wrapped that fine. So when I put my wire nut on, it grabs good. One thing I didn't check, which I need to check real quickly here, is if these line up and if they're the right length. We're just going to jam these other wires back up in here for a second. Need to make sure that these line up with it looks like they do line up. They're just not out far enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to screw these out a little bit. These are the mounting bracket screws, and we want those out far enough that they go through these little holes on here. And we're going to make sure we get them out far enough. One lined up, other lined up. Yep, looks really good. Okay. Now, we can go ahead and put make sure we put this real soft so it doesn't pull off. Again, kind of do this at your own risk here on just enough to support it. I think it is. Some people like to go ahead and go around that screw there. Kind of recommend that you do it that way, but not doing it that way today. Kind of in a hurry. So we'll get ourselves to the... Okay. Stripped off some of the braided. I like to strip off about I don't know, have an inch or so braided off when I'm wrapping around solid. It's gonna be solid on the house, and they always put braided on these, and it just gives me more to wrap. Alright, that one, this one. Now I want to do the same thing. I'm gonna always wrap counterclockwise. Is that right? Yeah, counterclockwise. And the reason is when you put your wire nut on, you don't want it to be wrapped the other way, this to be wrapped the other way, or you're going to start unwrapping the wire. So you want to put the wire nut on in the exact same direction that you wrapped your wire, so that it continues to get tighter and tighter, as opposed to loosening up. All right, so hopefully my big head hasn't been in the way through much of this. So see how we're going clockwise, and this is just going to keep getting this tighter and tighter and tighter. Eventually, I usually know I'm done when these wires start wrapping around each other right here. We'll do the same thing on this one. This is basic electrician work, one-on-one. You know, 101, I mean. All right, now, what we're gonna wanna do now is kind of try to shove our wires up into here as much as we can, get them up out of the way. We don't want them sticking out anywhere if we can avoid it. Now there is room in here that you can have a little bit of play, but sometimes this gives you fits, other times it just goes right on like a dream. Alright. So I've got that hung there. I'm gonna go get my new nuts contained with this system. Not using the new mounting plate, I'm just using the new nuts. So, I know you can't see this one back here, but that one. I might just say screw using the new nuts. Alright, go washers. Let's see. All right, got one on, and we can go. There it is. Push that on there all the way. It can take a little finagling to get that back in there. Once you get it started, it should go. There it goes. You can kind of push it up a little bit. There you go. There you go. Okay, so the next step is once we get this everything up there and line that up as good as we can, we'll go inside, we'll get our new bulb. As you can see, this is a much more beautiful bulb. LED. It has a 13-year lifespan on it. Hopefully my big hands will get up in here. This light bulb is also Philips. It's not the U brand, but it is controllable by Alexa. I'm not sure without configuring if it'll come on right yet. Yeah, there it is. Wow, that looks nice. It's very nice. So there you have it. That's installation of the Enlight outdoor wall lantern. It's model IN-0604-1-BK. It has what they call a clear seated glass, and it is an aluminum construction, so won't rust. Should last a long time. It has 2 lights in it. This 2-pack of lights is available on Amazon.com for $79.90. And I'm going to install the other one on the outdoor garage light on the side of the house, the service door there. So I'm going to go ahead and go inside and configure this light bulb now. But that concludes this edition of the Home Tips Show. As always, if you like videos such as this, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button because it really helps the algorithm at YouTube so that I appear in more search results. And hit the bell icon so you receive notifications for future posts. Thank you.